Yeah, hi, dear empath. I'm pretty sure you are kind of an empath since you're here on this channel. A lot of us doing these kind of spiritual things are pretty much in that in that kind of way. I'm also already going to warn you that this is not going to be very coherent because there is a very good reason for that, and the reason is I don't want to, basically, and that has some bearing on this idea for the title of this video, which is when not to give, or when you should stop giving, or yeah, when to stop giving. It says on my note, it's called when to stop giving or something like that. Maybe I'll change it when I upload it. Like I said, this is going to be pretty rough and unedited because to cut our extremely long story a little less long, maybe even short, I had problems today. Yeah, this is actually funny. That's how I'm laughing. It is a funny subject to me, maybe not to anyone else. So I had an experience today when I was making, now I'm getting serious, when I was making the new upcoming video for my channel, which is going to be called Guided Reiki Meditation for, and you see, I forgot, Guided Reiki Meditation for, actually, I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Guided Reiki Meditation for Gratitude. Yeah, no, gratitude is, of course, it's good to feel and to have. But if we're going to talk about gratitude and spiritual things in general, at least in the context of a guided Reiki meditation, you have to be in the zone. You have to be there with all your body, mind, and soul, if you believe in souls, which I maybe do, maybe not. Anyway, you have to be there. You have to, like you're an artist, you have to, if you're doing a gig on stage, it helps if you're in the flow. If you're writing a novel or a poem, it helps if you're in the flow, if you're in it, into it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Whatever you do, if you have a job and you have to do a presentation for your clients, it's a lot better when you kind of believe what you're saying. And yeah, of course, I believe what I'm saying when I talk about gratitude. But there can also be the issue of feeling kind of off. And that's what I'm trying to make a point about here, and how that ties into giving and not giving so much, or not giving too much at least. It is important. To just backtrack a little bit, I was trying to record a very organized, well-rehearsed, and in my opinion, decently written guided Reiki meditation. Right, so the way I do this is I write the meditation on my laptop and I go over it a few times, make changes and adjustments and read it to myself. And it can be, I mean, it's not, some parts can be improvised, but it's made to work even if I stick to the script 100%. It's written that way because I want to deliver kind of something that has a very, solid baseline. So I tried to record this yesterday and today, and it just didn't work. It just felt wrong. Not the subject. at all. I'm interested in the subject, and I really like the meditation as it is on paper. And the problem is I have to convey that reading, recording that, and then making it into a pretty decently polished thing. There's a lot of editing. I have to, when I cough, when I hesitate, when I speak too fast, all those things. When I feel, if I breathe in a strained way, that will sound weird when I do the guided Reiki meditations. It is kind of, I really have to feel that I sound reasonably fine. And I didn't, and I couldn't figure out why. I tried again and again. I tried to read it and read it and read it. And also, it felt bad the first time, and then also when I listened to it, played it back and listened to the recording, which I do in the garage band, I think it was this time. So yeah, there was kind of interference. There were kind of interference noises. Strange electronic interference noises that I have never heard before when I do this kind of thing. But it was, I'm not going to try to imitate it, but it was really, it didn't really fit in, to say the least. It didn't work. It sounded very strange, and it kind of disrupted the whole thing. And it wasn't a background noise, so I couldn't get it out of there. It was stuck. It was there. It wasn't there when I did the recording, though. It turned out or turned up when I listened to it. So I had to do it again. And I did it again, feeling kind of strained and not so relaxed about this thing for some reason. And I mean, it's half an hour of reading a thing, and it takes a little bit of time each time you do it. And if you fail a lot of times, the hours fly by. So I did it the next time, and it felt kind of better. Not, stellar quality, but yeah, it might work, I thought. And I played it back, and there were other noises, different now. Even stranger, actually. And I decided maybe I can just edit out where those noises occur. So I tried to do that and tried to listen for the first 10 minutes of the meditation, and they popped up every third minute and ruined the whole thing. So it was kind of useless to do anything about it, and I had to give it up again. Now, this isn't a great tragedy or something. The world isn't going to suffer. Just, a little bit, of course. No, seriously, it's not... it's no big deal like that, but it made me think. Maybe this was a kind of a nudge, the electronic stuff. I mean, that I should just leave it. It got destroyed and sabotaged because I felt it got destroyed and hindered and sabotaged because I should just leave it alone. I wasn't feeling it anyway. I wasn't there, really. And it was kind of a nudge. And I think these kind of things happen more and more, maybe as you work spiritually with Reiki, at least. They sure do. I have had messages and nudges and things happening, and also my clients. It is a reality that these things happen, and I think this time that was what happened. I'm open to it, at least. It's not really important if it was, but for me, that's how it seemed to be. Stop this now. You shouldn't do this now. Do something else. We're going to mess with it until you stop, because you're not really feeling it. Stop wasting your time. Also, I had this kind of nudge a few days ago, when actually yesterday, which kind of ties into this. I have been working a lot by myself in my apartment, and it has been a period where I haven't been interacting a lot with people, and that's normal to me. But you can kind of reach a point where you should maybe try to be a little bit more social for your own well-being. And I didn't. And so yesterday I felt a bit, yeah, as I said, I felt a bit off. I didn't really feel the, I didn't have a good feeling. It was kind of, something was missing. And so I went downtown here in Bucharest, Romania, where I'm living right now. And yeah, went to town, went to my favorite bookstore, sat there reading for a bit. They don't care if you read books or whatever you do there. You can study, you can do whatever. It's a great place, this one. And and as I was walking around, one of the clerks, I think is called, one of the people working there, come walking past me with a big stack of books, dropping one in front of my feet. And I thought for a moment, should I pick it up and take it, go over to him and tell him, oh, you dropped this, and da. And I didn't, but I picked it up and put it on a shelf just nearby. And then he came back and got it. And I thought that would have been a nice kind of interaction, or it felt like I was nudged into an interaction there. And when I came home, I took the subway home to my apartment, and walking from the apartment to my home, which is 5 minutes, a person dropped his umbrella 2 meters away. And this time I picked it up and went to the person and told him, sorry you dropped this, and oh, thank you very much, and this can seem like a super small detail, and maybe it is, but I felt the same way, like this is also kind of a message that to interact, to think of my needs, actually, other needs, not only other people's needs. I do these meditations because I like it, yeah, of course. I think they are appreciated. I know they are. Some of them get, quite a lot of views, at least for a new channel on YouTube. So I think it's going pretty well. But this also means that I try to do it, I try to do it better. And there can be a certain pressure to get in, to deliver and to give more. And as an empath, I think I would qualify for that, just as probably you would too. Watching this, we are kind of trained to give, and then give some more. And if you have the energy, why don't you give a little more and a little longer, and then give again, and whatever it is you're giving, you can give. It can be your time to someone, it can be your attention, listening to someone talking about their stuff. It can be at your job, you're delivering and delivering and delivering. And for a lot of people, this is actually a problem, or can evolve into a problem, when we give and give and we forget ourselves. Because a lot of us are raised this way in a family. This can be a family dynamic, pretty common for empathic people, which doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that we're more prone to mean well. It doesn't mean that we're better. does mean that we are worse in taking care of our own needs. Yeah, we're better at registering other people's needs, for sure, than the average person is. And with that, there comes this trap of trying to fill that need, because that's what we did maybe when we were children. Maybe we had parents that were demanding. Maybe we had brothers or sisters. I mean, that were kind of had problems. I mean, this is can be a coping strategy, which is also why a lot of empaths have problems with the narcissists. And narcissists, yeah, they really like empaths because it's a good source for attention. I forget the term now. It's called something. Supply, narcissistic supply. You can check it up, or not. Anyway, this is a problem for empaths because overgiving is almost normal for this kind of people. And I was realizing this today when I tried to do this meditation, to write it, or to read it, to record it, that I'm giving more than I want actually right now. Not to other people, but I'm giving too little to myself. I have to think of me also. So my reaction to this was, limited as I am in my intellectual understanding or whatever, I decided to do another kind of YouTube video instead. But it's good. It's a good idea, because this video that maybe someone is still watching, I don't know, 3 people, because this is not a blockbuster YouTube video right now, and it isn't meant to be. This is something I record now because I think it's fun, because I like to do it, and I'm not trying to please anyone but myself right now. This is me having a good time doing a YouTube video, and it wasn't a good time trying to do the guided version I was trying to do. And this is a long rant. This is a long rant now, almost as long as my organized meditation videos. But it is just as important to think about these things, as about the things I mentioned in those, whether it is inner peace or letting go. I mean, you will never find inner peace, and you can't let go if you are overgiving, right? So it all, fits together. It's all one piece. So that's the idea about, when to stop giving. See, I had to check the note again. When to stop giving. You have to stop giving when you feel drained, or before you feel drained. Stop giving then. Stop listening to people. Walk away if you have to. You don't have to be blunt or aggressive, of course. That's another dimension. But set your boundaries, remember them, honor your boundaries, walk away, take care of yourself, and give to yourself. That's what it's about. And you're not your giving isn't something that will automatically give you some kind of spiritual points or something in the afterlife. Because then you're just trying. Then it's just a kind of an economy. You're trying to accumulate something by giving. You're trying to manipulate and in my opinion, what spiritual work is about, it can be many things, but it's about being authentic. If you don't like to give something right now, don't. If it feels right to give something. If it doesn't, you shouldn't. It's about being true to yourself and others, being authentic. Don't wear this mask. Don't try to be nice. Don't try to be nice. Just be normal. Just be what you are. And don't try to be spiritual by giving or being a better person or getting enlightened or anything like that. Those things are just words and concepts. What it's about is getting rid of stuff, being less of what you're not, and being true. So that's why it's important to stop giving when you feel it's time to stop giving. If it feels like it's important to be a giving person, which it can be if there is a need for what you give. If there isn't a need for what you give, there's no point. Then you're giving in a selfish way to please yourself. That's just vanity. That's just not very authentic. Well, it's authentic vanity, but who wants that? You should give when that's called for. And also it might be a point to remember that you're always giving just by existing. You are the gift itself. You are the gift. Whatever you do when you're giving someone something, maybe it's a flower, or it's a box of chocolate, it's a ticket to the games, whatever it is, you're actually giving yourself. That's what you're giving. You can only kind of give yourself. You are the gift, and you don't have to give anyone anything to justify your existence, because you are the thing. You are the gift to people, the only gift they really need, and the only one you can give. So, if it feels better to think of it like this, you can say that you never stop giving. As long as you're alive, you are giving. You are the gift walking around. And that's sometimes that's good enough.